trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace. All right. This is that, P. Would you rather live in a city where you couldn't drink or a city where you couldn't dance?
Um. mm, that's tough. Just because usually when you drink, it's gonna kind of make you want to dance. But if I had to pick, I'm definitely gonna say where you can't drink. Just because dancing is so like fundamental in the black community. Like dance at weddings, dance at
Line
functions,
dances.
line dances, all types of things. You dance when you're happy sometimes. Like if I was somewhere where like, especially like what's the repercussions? Like you going to jail if you dance? Like that would be crazy. What about you?
That that would be wild. I would definitely say dance as well. I enjoy dancing. I think kids dance around, and it's like just an important part of joy and fun. So I would definitely be able. I would be able to live in a city where you could not drink, but you were allowed to dance. One of my experiences in Japan was like a club where you couldn't dance, and it was the weirdest thing because they playing music, they playing like hip hop and R&B, and like I'm over there like okay, and then they like walking up to me like no dancing. What am I supposed to do in here? So it was just like a bunch of people just standing around drinking.
But they had a
You
dance
could do
floor.
Yeah, it was a huge dance floor. Bartenders got on the bar at some point, were like pouring people shots. Just you just couldn't dance, which is crazy. All right, would you rather be able to like live abroad and travel abroad and not come to the U.S., or live in the U.S. and not be able to travel abroad or live abroad? You could bring your family either way. Like your family will be with you if you choose to live abroad, or your family will be with you in the United States.
I think I'm staying in the United States just because it's where my friends are and stuff. That's interesting though, but I don't necessarily have a place that I would just want to, I guess, live abroad. But I guess over there you can move to different places, but you can move to different places in the U.S. too. So
That's
I think
true.
I'm staying. I think I'm
Different
staying in the
vibes.
States. What about you?
I would probably live abroad. I just think like even though I do kind of agree, you get a totally different culture living in New York than you do living in San Diego. Like two different parts of the world. Technically, the water looks different. Two different oceans. Honestly, so that's definitely still like a lot of ways to travel while living in the states. But I think I would. There's so many countries with so many different cultures. I think I could make new friends, or my friends could come visit me maybe. But I think I would choose living abroad for sure.
Yeah, that's an adventure.
It would definitely be an adventure. Definitely different. All right, this has been another. Oh, I'm saying the wrong thing. Welcome to a Zen Trap Chat. I'm one of your two hosts, Yogi LG.
Zen P.
We just want to catch up with you. See how everything's going. Just chat with you. Tell us how us telling you how our weeks have been or routines have been. Speaking of that, P, how's your routine going?
Hot Basuda. Um, it ain't really there. It's like I still got pieces. I definitely got aspects. Like I got everything that I want. I just got to be intentional, line it up. Like I said, at this point, I think I'm just waiting until I get back to the States just so I have that consistency, um, that consistent schedule to kind of implement it too. Like I can still do some of the pieces now, but I just would rather again be somewhere consistent. I think I'm trying out different things. So like meditation, and I haven't been trying meditation, but that's something that I want to try. But like working out has been semi consistent when I can. I definitely want to like I like to try and like look at something educational in the morning. Um, so like whether it be a podcast or just find some information or a YouTube video. So it's definitely some little aspects that I want to incorporate when I get back. But I also want to make sure it's important that I got like a night routine too, because that night routine sets you up for the morning. And the three parts that I want to add to that is making sure that like I got like a consistent bedtime, no phone time at a certain hour, and praying and stretching. Like I want to make sure I stretch and pray. What
There
about
you
you?
go. Routine is still something that's on my list to get knocked like get consistent at. I think consistency has been my struggle. I can link a few days together. Like, oh, I did it 4 days in a row. Boom, that's what's up. And then it'll get off and something will happen. So it's just trying to start being more consistent with it to where it's like, hey, I got to do this before I can leave this house or before I can, start doing other stuff. I want to get this done. Um, so yeah, I'm still lacking, but definitely, I would say progress for
Yeah,
sure.
man, make it a priority.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you made a good suggestion about like doing like giving myself rules for it, and I think
Yeah,
I definitely want to do that. Some
yeah,
type of
just like
penalty or something.
yeah. And don't think of it as a penalty. More so like anything that can kind of motivate you to finish it. Whether it be like, hey, I don't get like a check marker like we used to do, a sticker on the calendar if I don't complete my whole routine at some point throughout the day. It doesn't have to be in the morning,
Right,
or even if you did little marks where like you get 100 if you do it in the morning time, you only get 50 if you just complete it throughout the whole day. You only get 25 if you had to make up, just something like that so you can keep track of it. And then like a rule could be like, oh, a lot of people use it for like the gym. Like I can't miss 2 consecutive days. So if I missed it yesterday, tomorrow I was gonna make sure I gotta hit it tomorrow, or 3 consecutive days, whatever you want to give yourself grace on or whatever. But
right,
that'll keep you consistent.
absolutely. Speaking of that, do you feel like you had a routine like growing up as a child? Was there a routine in your
Mm,
household?
Not really. Like my mother might say differently, but we just had, I think, just normal stuff. Like we had a bedtime, which again I guess some of my friends they ain't have bedtime, so maybe we had
Yeah,
like a bad time, and that was usually only during like the school year. During the summertime, it's kind of like it ain't nothing crazy. Like you can stay up as long as you want, but you know, but we kind of was in stuff in the summer. Like she put us in camps or sports, something going on during the summer. But
right.
once it's like 2 weeks out of school, I feel like it was a black thing. Like no games at this certain hour. Cut the TV off. You going to bed. We got to get you back into your school swing. You got school next week, so you need to get your sleep pattern together, which,
Yep.
when you're a child, it sounds like the worst thing ever. Like, why are you punishing me? But uh, hindsight, it's like, it's good. Like, that sets you up. Like, I can't be up playing video games till 1 in the morning and expect to get up at 5:30 to be ready for the bus at 6.
I was never a kid that like wanted to stay up real late.
You
I
want
I
your
mean, of
sleep.
course. Well, I went to sleep. Like it wasn't about just wanting it. Like I just couldn't. Like I can't. When I get sleepy, I go to
You ain't
sleep.
had that motivating you. That's all that
Yeah, I
was.
guess so.
But
I didn't
also, I
have
was a
it.
big
I didn't
napper.
play video games.
It's just a different sleep schedule.
Ah, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sleep during the day and up all night. Me and my brother kind of sleep like whether we either sleep all, especially during the summertime, sleep all morning, and then you just kind of up all night. And my mom worked night shift too a little bit too, so that kind of kept us like she would kind of be like a night person too. But it's just different sleep. Like I was a big napper. I could take a nap during the middle of the day, then you kind of up at night, and then of course we play like video games and stuff, or be watching movies or something, but mainly video games. So you just be up all night playing video games, really.
Yeah, see, I wasn't a big video game person,
Boom.
and two, my mom was like a big morning person. So even she worked from home most of my life. So during the summers, my mom was at home, and she hated for me to sleep all day. So if it's like past 10 o'clock, she'll like yell up the stairs like, "Lindsay, it's past 10 o'clock. You sleeping the whole day away. Like get up." So
Yeah.
I think I just grew up like having to get up in the morning.
It
But
was more like that at my grandparents' house. Or like if my mom is home, of course, like she don't want us to sleep the whole day really
yeah,
either. But
yeah,
Ma, it's summertime. Let me just do it. What that like
yeah, for
for
sure.
what? What we gotta do? Nothing?
Yeah, my mom also you like camps and stuff. So I had to be somewhere. So she would make it. So I had to get up. Like, oh, camp started at 9. You got to
Same.
get up and go to camp. Like, oh my god. So I definitely had
We
that. I
probably
don't
really
feel.
only had like a solid month added up all together where we was like not having to do something, like not be
Yeah,
up or ready to do something. My mom even had us going to like Saturday school during the school year sometime. We used to go to this uh it's called MSEN, but I don't even know, math, science, something. something, and you would go the first Saturday of like every month. You have to go to like extra school where all the schools in the counties go, and we would go to Elizabeth City State University, and we would take classes and literally do homework. You go there, bus leave at like 7 in the morning or something from our high school. It's a 45-minute ride to Elizabeth City on a bus. Then we ride like we stay there all day, probably for like 4 hours, and then we ride back. So you out of the house from like 7 to 3 on a Saturday, and you just get to
Ooh.
meet all these other different kids and stuff in the different counties and stuff. But of course, like it's us and one other school that's coming from like super far. Everybody else is kind of like within 30 minutes in the
Close.
area, kind of.
Yeah.
That shit used to be. Oh, you talking about? Thank you guys for volunteering your Saturdays to come here and be a part of the. And it goes from like sixth grade to 12th.
Oh, you was doing that for a minute.
Oh, and but the fun thing is you get to meet people in different counties and you kind of make like friends a little bit too. So like when you play in the
Yeah.
different schools, you kind of see, and it's competitions too. So like you compete and we'll be like the Elizabeth City State University MSCN team, and you go to some school. I think one year we went to A&T, some year, and they do like competitions where it's like, all right, sixth grade math going against each other. Where you go take a test and
Yeah.
to see which group get the height. Oh my god, do like little debates and stuff. It was some nerdy shit,
Obviously, I see.
but it was some
I didn't
cool
know
people
you
there. I ain't
grew up
gonna
with
lie.
it. I'm sure. I'm sure. It sounds fun though. I mean, probably not while you're
It's
just
fun.
going
It's
through it.
fun aspects. Like you make it fun. You
Yeah.
get free lunch. Well, I guess I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they probably pay for it, but you know you pay for the program, the whole joint. But
Hmm.
shit, you probably feel worse for the like. Think about the college kids out there volunteering to come talk to us and teach us and stuff. It was teachers coming on Saturdays teaching us.
That's
So
what's
like literally, they taught us. Like if you took calculus, you would be in a class full of other people that took calculus, and y'all all would be in there learning calculus and being able to work on like, okay, we haven't learned that yet, or oh, okay, we shit was
so you got
crazy.
some stuff early, some stuff late.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what's up. Your mom had y'all involved, man. That's good. That's really good. I think I would. I kind of like didn't grow up with a routine. Just because my mom, I would say my mom didn't have a big routine. We kind of did the same stuff, but again, it was kind of just out of like, this got to get done. You got to get up, you got to put your clothes on, go to school, whatever. But I do think like my brother, when he was raising his son and he was little, like they gave him like a very strict routine and he would like adjusted to that routine. So I often wonder like how people that grew up with routines adapt, like is it easier for them to make a routine as an adult because like, oh, I grew up with routines all my life, like this is what I do.
I think all that type of stuff is very specific to the person because, like,
Yeah.
of course, the routine is going to affect you in a certain way, like whether it's positive or it's
Yeah.
negative. Because you could just resent it so much, you could be like one of them kids who just had like strict parents and like they have no freedom, no independence. So when they get to college and stuff, go crazy, like, oh my god, they just do
Yeah.
whatever, like try and rebel. They don't know who they are, versus like somebody who does have it. Because again, it's like I said, it's like pros and cons. Because like some of those kids who like get to just because again I guess I'm not lying, but I guess I'm not thinking of like it being a routine, but my mom did try and keep like structure, like when you get home, if you got homework, you need to do it. We're
To-
gonna have like a snack around
yeah.
this time, so you kind of have an idea of what's gonna happen, like we gonna eat at
Yeah.
this round this time. You need to make sure you got homework. Why y'all always come here saying y'all ain't got no homework? Go do something. You need to do something for 30. So
Gotta do something.
or if we come back with like any kind of bad grade, like y'all got something y'all ain't been doing. Oh, y'all always ain't got no homework. But a bad grade to her is like a C or a B or something. Like we mostly got
Yeah.
like all A's, like whatever. But I was just saying that to say like the people who didn't have like any kind of structure like that at all, where their parents don't care if you do homework or not. I don't care about your grades. I don't care about whatever. You can low key like drink, go out and have fun, do whatever you want outside all day. Those kids get to college and stuff, and they may not have structure, but they definitely have independence. Like don't nothing like phase them. Like they just like I've been
Yeah.
doing whatever I want.
Facts. I definitely like, it was very interesting to me though when I was like on my way to college. I swore I was gonna have this routine. Like, nah, I'm gonna treat it like regular high school. Like, I'm gonna get up at 8 in the morning. I'm gonna go to classes, do all my classes, and do homework or like work on papers and stuff. By the time 3 o'clock hit, like every hour in between, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing like stuff that applies to each class. And as long as I do that 5 days a week, I'm gonna be good. Man,
I really
please,
had no clue how I was gonna be in
please.
college, other than like
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna do whatever I wanted, but like I was like, I'm just making up as I go. I was a very go with the flow type person back then. I literally had didn't have a care in the world. Like I figured it out. I think I was more so looking at other people like, oh, if they figured it out, I can figure it out. Like if they doing
Yeah,
they doing
your ego
okay,
is wild, dog.
they doing okay, I can figure something out. Like I'll be fine. I'm gonna get these naps in.
Facts. I definitely was huge on naps in college.
I
Huge
fucked that
on naps.
cafeteria up.
Oh my god. What?
I
Yeah.
was in shock.
Were you still like? Did you move off campus at some point? I think you
Junior
moved
year,
off campus junior year, right?
senior year. Freshman year, I was in honors university, university, whatever, the village six.
Yeah.
Sorry, village six. Sophomore year, I was in village six again. Junior year, I went to the suites F.
Mm.
That's when life got like, oh, this what the real niggas is. This is real
Yeah.
life now. Whoa, this is the wild west over here. This is the college experience. Sweet life. And then senior year, I
For
moved
sure.
off campus and I stayed that way for senior and masters. What
Yeah.
about you? I
Okay.
think you was in the mix. You stayed in the mix. You did your own thing. You had a nice group of friends around you. Then
Yeah,
you
I was
had
in the
like,
mix a little.
you know, Duran and them that stayed off campus, so you already knew off campus life like that and stuff. So you was
I
just in the
did.
mix with all this stuff.
Yeah, I did freshman and sophomore on campus, and junior and senior year off campus. So I did two and two.
Isn't that
I
when you
did.
feel like a true adult is when you got your own apartment? Like that first
Yeah,
apartment off campus is like,
absolutely.
even if you like 2019 whatever, you like,
Yeah,
yeah, I pay bills.
yeah. I pay bills. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
This is
that's
my
what's up.
house.
Did you still go to the cafeteria when you lived off campus?
No. I think once you live
Uh,
off campus, it's just like,
nah, I used to still fuck that hoe up.
oh, I would have loved to.
Oh my god.
I just didn't pay for a meal plan that had it. I just got
Yeah,
the meal. I got the flex meal plan with like, I think you could go to the calf like I don't know 3 times a week or something. I got the one with
yeah.
like,
That's what I
so I
got.
just
Yeah,
like, I just would save him for like, oh, fried chicken Friday,
fried chicken fried.
or oh, maybe I just want to get breakfast one day. So I had to
Yeah,
use them
yeah,
rationally. So I did that
for sure.
senior year, and then masters. It was just like, I ain't eating it. I'm done. I fucked it up 4 years. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm cool on that
I'm cool.
for sure. All right, do you have any like motivational people in your life, like people that you, I guess maybe met in high school or like when you were younger that you feel like uh, were a big inspiration to you? Okay, cool,
Not at all.
cool.
And it wasn't necessarily that it probably wasn't people that could have been that in my life. I just have never been like I've never really had like a mentor type of person in my life. I've kind of looked at everybody as like you can learn from everybody. So I've kind of looked at different people
Mm,
and taken like little things or just look for like, I look for like patterns for whatever reason. That's how my brain works. I look for patterns to work because I think of everything almost right, wrong, or indifferent. Everything a game. I'm looking for the rules. I'm looking for how to play it, the best way to play it. Everything's a game. You
yeah,
trying to you trying to date? It's a
it's a
game.
game.
You trying to find a job? It's a
It's a
game. Get your resume
game
right. It's certain rules to the game. You
for
trying
sure.
to get a good grade in a class. I can whatever it is. It's a game.
It's a
It's rules.
game.
Certain rules to the game. And certain
Dang man, that's true.
solid game. What about you? So just to kind of close it out, it's not that it wasn't different people that was mentors and stuff. I just really would look for information and I was just more so motivated by like morals and values of like stuff. I watched a lot of TV, a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies, it's a lot of Disney and all that other stuff, Dragon Ball Z. Bruce Lee was like one of my like idols or whatever. Batman, like superhero stuff. Like I liked
Ah!
I like real like nerdy stuff like that. Like I wasn't into Star Wars like that, but I like the Star Wars story and stuff. Like I like
Okay.
stories and action, so I like hearing about like a hero or somebody who has like values. They cool. They still tough, still smart, do whatever they want. I like stuff like that. So I just look to try and like treat everybody good, learn from them. But at the end of the day, it's a game, baby. I just need to learn how to play the game. What about you?
I feel it. I definitely had like people I aspired to be like. I had an older cousin that was like 8 years older than me that went to college and like started a career. So I felt like that was part of the inspiration. I had teachers that were kind of, especially in like high school. I would get like real cool with teachers. So it would just be like I'd be in their classroom kicking it after school, just talking to them about life and like what I'm saying, they dropping gems on us. Like I remember my 11th grade science teacher. Uh Dang, what was her name? Her name was Miss Great. Miss Great, like she's the one who told me like if they ain't fucking feeding and financing you, they don't got no say in your life. I was like, oh, okay. Like we had teachers that was like really like dropping gems and like trying
We
to
did
prepare us for
too.
life.
I was very childish. We had a lot of people, mainly athletes, that was like real cool with teachers. And then some of the teachers,
Yeah,
this is a small
yeah.
town,
I was
one
an
school
athlete
in the
though.
county. They fam was
Yeah.
like some of these people was their cousin or they
True, true,
whatever.
true, true.
But I
Yeah.
was extremely immature when I was younger about just
Mm,
like kind of grown up type stuff, just because I honestly didn't know a lot about it. And I think, like you said, you would have those conversations with people as adults. And I think a lot of people in my family would be like, it's almost like a catch 22. For a long period of your life, they'd be like, oh, this grown folks business. Don't worry about this. Don't tell you a lot of stuff. And then when you like 15, they expect you to just know everything. And I'm like,
mm.
I have no clue what y'all been doing. Like, and first of all, I never really cared like that, but y'all made it seem like it was such a secret. So now you be like, Paris, you don't know that? No, I don't know that. Why would I know that? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you talking about, and I don't know what you're talking about. But I still have like good relationships with my teachers, but I know they could tell that I was still like immature and stuff. They be dropping gems and stuff. I used to love to just call teachers by their first name. I don't know why. That just was
Oh
always
my
like a thing.
god.
Carol, how's it going? Paris, don't call me that. All right. I'll wait till I'm 18 then. Especially when I came back. When you come back to school, Carol, what it do?
You're childish.
Hello,
Yeah, for sure.
Paris.
Hello. Because at some point, like, what you gonna do? Ma,
What?
she keep
What's
me
your
out of her
name?
class because I call her first name. Come on,
What's
it's
your
her
name?
name.
What's your name?
Yeah. I was very like on some trying to be super mature and
Yeah,
stuff.
you want to be grown and
Yeah,
stuff. Sure. I wasn't one of those that wanted to
yeah,
grow up too quick. I wanted to enjoy
yeah,
all of
true.
my
Hey,
childhood.
that's
But
what's up, man.
once I got to senior year, I like started to like level out a little bit. Like that's when I'm starting to be like, all right, I'm about to be able to leave. I'm playing the game. Like I want to start coming into whoever I want to be and stuff. Like I want to start
Yeah.
maturing up a little bit because I'm telling you, everything was funny when I was younger. Everything's a joke.
All right, give me one
Everything's a joke.
childhood memory that you want to like encapsulate, like you want to never forget. Like, oh man, this was so good that I'll always like remember this moment. Or if you have one.
Childhood memory. I feel like it need to be something so special. Like I ain't gonna front with you, man. My memory is so shot from when I'm like younger. Like
Yeah,
I want to give you a question while I'm thinking about that. Like, what's your first memory? My first memory probably don't start till I'm like 3 years old, and some people say
my
that's
life.
like real
Oh,
late. Oh, okay.
that's
I thought.
early.
Oh, most people say like that was like late. My brother, I feel like my brother be lying about stuff. He be acting like he can remember stuff
Yeah,
when he was like one and stuff. Boy, shut up.
no,
He don't know what she talking.
no, you can't.
Um,
It's
that's when
impossible.
I feel like. Do you feel like there's a memory where like life just started for you? Like you just like I feel like 3 is when I came into my body. Like I feel like I was tying my shoe and I just lifted my head. Like where am I? What's going on?
Is this Earth? I've been floating around for so long. Like,
Why is that
I,
boy picking his nose?
my first memory is probably like 4 or 5. Like, I don't
All
have
right,
many memories before that.
let me think. Childhood memory. Um, I think nah, nothing was like crazy that crazy. I think I resented like a lot of my childhood. Not resented it, but like I was so when I say I was so focused on making sure I did the right stuff to get out of where I was from, I was really just only focused on I need to get good grades and I need to figure out like I didn't know what there was in the world as far as like jobs, as far as like stuff to do like that. Like I saw stuff on TV, so I knew it is stuff. You see lawyers
Mm-hmm.
on TV, you see different jobs. I'm so naive. I have no clue how these things work. I had no clue how like
Yeah.
the money that they get and stuff work. So I was very interested in finally coming into and figuring that out. Like I knew I wanted to have some job where I make a lot of money. I want to be able to experience a lot of things. So I was very focused on like just getting out so that I could experience those things. And I'm not gonna say it was to the detriment of my childhood, but I'll give you an example. I didn't put my all into sports like that, like I could have. Like I really, it would be little moments over the summer sometimes where I'd be like, um, and matter of fact, this will be the one I remember. Then I'll keep this one. Trying out for the basketball team. Sports is a really big thing where I'm from. Huge. It's a lot of people's meal ticket to get out. Football scholarships, a little bit of basketball scholarships, but it's very big. In our free time, we play sports. Very competitive area. Very just jokey 252, jokey people and sports people. So I knew that I could get out with being smart per se, or being like good grades at least could get me somewhere. Like so, I was never too committed on the sports thing, and I kind of learned sports late. Our middle school basketball team, I barely made it. Like I made like I didn't make the team when I was in seventh grade, and then um somebody got put out because of their grades or something, didn't have the grades. So a week later after tryouts, they came and pulled me up onto the team because I worked so hard and it was like it was really close. So I
Mm-hmm.
made it after the fact and I was like, I don't want to ever like after the fact make it again. So when I got to like high school, JV, I knew it was going to be tough to make the team. So ninth grade, or was it 10th grade? No, it was for varsity. 11th grade. Was it varsity? I don't know. It was either varsity or JV.
Okay.
One of those, I knew it was going to be tough because it ain't a lot of people in the school, but um, it's not a lot of basketball spots. You know what I mean? It's only, and you know, when you're doing varsity, it's like, you know, with JV, you got to be in ninth or 10th grade. With varsity, you 11th grade. So once you're in 11th grade, you either going to make varsity or you're not. So I worked really hard over the summer to try and make sure that I made varsity and I wanted to kind of like play and stuff and all of that. So I think me working hard to like make the team and like I worked really hard in practice. I feel like some people like just knew they was gonna make the team, you know, just because that's what it was. So like
Yeah.
when we had to do drills and stuff, I'm that nigga in there
Hustle
trying to
guy.
be hustle, being first and stuff. So of course the
Shopping for the ball.
all that stuff. So of course the
Yeah.
like when we run in, some people ain't running the whole thing, they cutting and stuff. I'm running the whole thing, trying to do like morals and values here. Uh, but what made me proud was like when they put the list out for the team, I was a little nervous, but come out there, my name was first one on the list. And the coach said he did that on
Mm.
purpose. So that made me
Dang,
feel
that's
good.
just a yeah.
That made me feel good that like,
You
hey,
work
we wrote your
hard.
name first because we saw what you was doing and
We
yeah.
knew automatically he was gonna make it. I see, man. That's what's
Not
up, dog.
necessarily.
That's
They
what's
didn't know
up.
automatically. They didn't know automatically. They said because of what I did during trials. That's I guess a capsulating
Yeah.
memory, I guess. But I don't have a lot of those. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I thought hard about it, it's a lot of like I done a lot of childish stuff that I probably don't remember and
Mm.
stuff. And I try not that I try not to remember, but I just don't like hold on to a lot of those things. Like if somebody says something about it, I probably can remember it. It's one of those like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
for
if you
sure.
say it, yeah. What about you? I feel like
I
you got a good
remember.
one.
Nah, mine not super good, but I think it's just significant to me, which is why I always want to remember it. My cousin came to live with us, and I think this why I always want to remember this because it brings up a time frame in my life that I always want to remember. My cousins used to come from Arkansas and stay with my mom in Atlanta for the summer, so we probably had over the course of like 6 to 8 years, we probably had 6 to 8 different cousins come live with us, like for the summer or come visit or whatever. And so that was a really cool time for me. I felt like that was like bonding with my family, and I didn't really get to do that often because my mom was like the only one in Atlanta for real. So my cousin came to live with us. We went out to ride bikes, and we wasn't supposed to. We weren't supposed to go outside. And I was like 6. He was probably like, I don't know, 14, maybe something like that.
That's cool of him.
Uh, yeah, how old is? Yeah, ooh, nah, he was way older than 14. He was probably like 16. And so he's supposed to be like just like chilling in the house, and he like, well, let's go ride bikes. We go ride bikes. I get on my bike. I still had training wheels on my bike, but my training wheels was kind of like crooked, so I was still kind of like wobbling a little bit, right? And we end up going down this one neighborhood, and I get in front of him somehow. I'm going down, and there's a hill, and at the bottom of the hill is like a cross street, and so he see that like I can't stop. I don't got brakes on my handles. I'm on the like
The
reverse the pedal,
skirts.
and yeah, exactly. So even if I do like
You
be able to
falling.
catch the pedal, I'm falling. And the pedal's going without my feet now at this point. I'm going so fast. So my feet just up, the pedal's going. I can't
Are you
even catch
screaming?
it. Yes, I'm
Oh, okay.
screaming. I'm like, Brad. So he's behind me. You know how that little like when you rock when you trying to go real fast. He rocking, yeah, and he has to grab the back tire of my bike to stop me while he's on his bike. So he like catches up to me, grabs the back tire. He flips, I flip. We going down this hill, crazy. I scraped like my forehead, my knees. Like he messed up his side. It was eventful. So we got to walk back to the house after this. Now I didn't get outside much because my mama. We didn't stay in like a neighborhood. We stayed on like a main street. So my mom just didn't let me go outside. It wasn't a bunch of kids where I lived. Like it was houses just sporadic. So I was just excited to be outside. He like, hey, we got to go in and cover this up. So I go put on a dress. I never wore dresses. I didn't like dresses, but I did with my mom. I wore them a lot because my mom wanted me to wear them. But I didn't know what my pants were because it was summertime, but I knew a dress would cover my knees. So I put a dress on so it could cover my knees, and then I put a hat on. He went and put a shirt on, and we went and sat on the couch. Like so, when my mom came home from work, it was kind of like
You
we
look
looked at
crazy.
suspicious. I
You
look
look
crazy.
crazy.
She like, what
And you,
happened?
and you 6, and you 6. You probably look.
I look crazy. I look crazy, but I felt like I remember him giving me a pep talk. Like we grabbed to the house, like we're not gonna say nothing. We just gonna sit down and watch TV, and we ain't gonna say nothing. If she asks, we're gonna tell her the truth. Like, and I remember him telling me like things like that were instilled in me for a very long time. Like, be honest about what we did, but don't do nothing unless somebody asks you. Like, don't tell on yourself. But it was just like moments like that like I don't ever want to forget that day. We were so scared, but we was in it together, so it was real cool. I felt like so close to my
Did y'all
cousins
get
in
in trouble?
that time. Yeah, we got in trouble. He got in trouble.
I'm sure.
I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get in trouble. I was
What
hurt.
would you have done if you were 16 and 6 and vice versa? Like, how would you have
Oh
stopped the
my
bike? That's
god.
that's kind of my thought, right? Like, my first thought is like, how would you have stopped the bike if you 16 and the 6-year-old is going down? Like, what would you have done?
I get. I probably would have tried to like get in front of the bike and
I
like
would have got in
cut
front of
it
the bike.
off.
I would have cut it.
Yeah,
I would have got in front of the bike and kind of cut
yeah.
off and
But
just
I
let the
don't.
bike hit me.
I can't remember if he had enough time to do that based
What
off
was
how
in
fast
front?
we
Like
were going.
traffic or something?
No, so there was at the bottom of the hill was a cross street, and so there's traffic going on this street
So
back and forth.
yes,
You can see
traffic.
cars, yes, but there wasn't traffic like in front of us.
That's what I was
But
saying. I
yes,
said what
yeah.
was at the bottom of the hill? Traffic.
Oh yes, traffic was at the bottom of the hill.
Mm.
So
Yeah, yeah, that's tough. I guess. I mean, hindsight on a million. Of course, you just don't let it get to that situation. Like you can't.
exactly.
If one of the you can't ride in front of me. Like you have to always be
Yeah,
behind me. Yada yada. But like
yeah.
if you going down like that, yeah. First thing, I'm not. I don't think I would. I might would have grabbed the chair, not because putting my hand on that
And
tire while I was
I
spinning.
think he tried to grab the chair. I think he did, but he's riding right, so I think he just trying
Exactly.
to.
So first of all, I'm not gonna be trying to grab. Not, like
Yeah,
that's yeah. We immediately gonna fall in, of course. I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have tried to tip your wheel or something. Like we both gonna
Yeah.
fall, but we ain't gonna
I
fall
thought
like.
about like maybe he could have like hit my back tire and just caused, but I would have
No, you would
slid
have,
like
you would
that
have,
would have
you would
been.
have, you would have,
Yeah.
you would have been messed up if he did that. Don't do no
Yeah.
back. That's why even him grabbing the backside, no back tire stuff. I would
Yeah.
have tried to do something to the front, like the police people, like try and
Yeah.
veer you over,
Yeah.
or
It
maybe
was
even like, if anything, I'm gonna grab you,
and that might have been what he was trying to do. I have
grab
no
you by the
idea.
arm. My hand ain't touching no
Yeah.
tire.
It was urgent though. I remember looking
It's my
like, oh my
cousin.
God, I'm about to die.
You
Like I
about to
felt
die.
like, oh shit. Because if I would have hit the bottom of that hill, it would have been a wrap. Like no
Turn the
way traffic would
fucking
have.
handles. I know. Hindsight's on a million.
I
Hindsight's on
saw
a
something
million. You
big.
only got a couple
Especially when you
seconds.
six.
Ah! Lindsay, turn the handles! Turn the handles!
Facts. Yeah. But yeah, that's probably a memory I want to keep. You got anything else for the people, man? We just shared some stories today, talked about our
Nah, man.
routines, our childhood.
I'm cool, man. Just go out there, do what you feel is right. Keep waking up, keep trying, keep grinding, all
For
that good
sure.
stuff. We're
For
going to continue
sure.
to do the same thing. If you haven't, make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, all of those
Comment.
good things. Comment,
For sure.
please. Let us know what you think.
All right, this has been another ZTC Zen Trap Chat. I'm one of you two hosts, Yogi LG.
Zimpy,
If you can't do nothing else, protect your peace.
protect your energy.
It's the Zen Trap.
We out.
We out.